Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
A weekly state line summer tradition ends with multiple people in handcuffs. Today, local law enforcement officials provide their names and charges. After spending nearly half a decade away from home, one U.S. Marine with Forest City roots returns. A glimpse at his family's heartwarming reaction. And it's hard to believe we've reached the last lap of summer. State line students are all set for the first day of school thanks to one local church. The story behind their shiny new supplies. Good evening, I'm Hannah Zettl. Thanks for joining us tonight. Local law enforcement officials announced the names and charges of over a dozen protesters arrested at Rockford City Market last night. Despite attempts to keep demonstrators at bay, the evening ended the same way as it did 1 week ago, with arrests. Rockford Police, Rockford Park District Police, and the Winnebago County Sheriff's Department were present when the scene turned violent Friday. In total, 14 protesters were arrested. Charges included disorderly conduct, resisting an officer, and obstructing an officer. 11 protesters were released on bail. However, 3 demonstrators were not given bond and remain in custody today. Eli Casanelli, Desiree Floyd, and Kevon Neighbors are set to appear before a judge Monday. They each face multiple charges. Winnebago County State's Attorney Marilyn Height-Ross released a statement regarding those arrests, stating in part, quote, "On Friday, August 7th, parameters were established to provide a safe environment for all individuals who attended the city market area. Under the Fourth Amendment, individuals have the right to the pursuit of happiness, which encompasses conducting their business in a safe environment," end quote. Read her full statement on our website. As summer starts to wind down and the first day of school inches closer, a group of community activists meet to discuss concerns. Members of We Are Rockford gathered for a public forum on racism in the classroom. The group shared personal stories, set goals, and discussed the educational environment for all students.
It's a very real topic. It's a very real theme that people experience on their quest to education. And so it's definitely meant to make a couple people uncomfortable, because if you have not experienced it, it's because you were lucky enough to dodge that kind of discrimination.
Local educators met with activists to consider their ideas ahead of the fall semester. Officials in Rock County released the name of a Wisconsin woman killed in a car crash last month. Authorities say 31-year-old Ashley Helton of Elkhorn was involved in an early morning accident on July 25th near State Highway 104 and Atkinson Road in Magnolia. Helton was taken to the hospital, where she died several days later. The death remains under investigation by the Rock County Sheriff's Department and medical examiner. Over a dozen additional lives are taken by the coronavirus across Illinois. State health officials report 18 deaths over the last 24 hours and 2,190 new cases of COVID-19. This brings the state case total to 192,698 cases, including 7,631 deaths. The 7-day statewide positivity rate now stands at 4.2%. Locally, Winnebago County health officials will provide a COVID-19 update on Monday. A service member with Forest City roots comes home. Our Dylan Siraki spent the day with a Rockford family, excited to welcome back one United States Marine after over half a decade apart.
Friends and family of Rockford native Ryan Rodriguez weren't going to let COVID-19 stop them from recognizing his return home. I was there for the socially distanced celebration. A car parade welcomes Marine Ryan Rodriguez back to Rockford after he spent 8 months deployed overseas.
I did not expect it. We were about to head out to, I don't know where she's going to surprise me, but yeah, and then I see all my friends and family out here driving around. That was awesome. Honking for me, saying welcome home. That was cool.
Rodriguez was born and raised in the Forest City, but has spent the last 5.5 years away from home. He's moving back to Rockford after his wife found a job teaching in the area and is looking forward to seeing his loved ones more frequently.
Really just spending time with family. Hopefully everyone gets their masks in check so we can get done with this. But yeah, definitely being with family.
Ryan's mother, Bessie Del Real, helped plan the parade. She remembers being surprised when Ryan told her he wanted to join the Marines, but says she couldn't be more proud of his service.
He's the first one in our family, so it was so surprising, and we're so excited and so proud that he was able to do his 5 years.
Fellow veterans were among those who decked out their cars in red, white, and blue for the occasion. Ryan's grandfather-in-law, Michael Seiler, is a Korean War vet. He tells me it's important for those who have served to support each other.
We need stuff that lifts us up because there's so much negativity going on right now, and it's so nice to have something that's pleasant.
It doesn't matter how long you've been out, it's all one big family, and I really appreciate that. I'm glad to be a part of that.
In Rockford, for your home team, I'm Dylan Saraki.
Students across the state line are ready to head back to school with some shiny new supplies. A Ministry of Restoration in Rockford hosted its 11th annual school supply giveaway this morning. Organizers say the giveaway is rewarding in more ways than one.
We celebrate youth because we care. And we're showing this and expressing it by not just saying words, but in deeds, by giving them school supplies. And for adults, we bring an awareness to them of what our city and different organizations have to offer.
School supplies was available for students in pre-K through college. The newest sports betting app launched in the state this week, but those in northern Illinois will have to drive hours to be able to use it. Eyewitness News reporter Cole Hankey went to DraftKings at the Casino Queen in East St. Louis for the launch and reports the latest.
DraftKings officially joined the ranks of Illinois mobile sports betting apps on Wednesday, but they had to find a loophole to do so.
What we said in the original bill is if you own a casino in Illinois, you get an 18-month head start over these online companies. So what DraftKings decided to do is instead of waiting for it to be online only, they got into the casino business in Illinois. So
the Casino Queen in East St. Louis is now DraftKings at the Casino Queen. And now the DraftKings Sportsbook app is live in Illinois. It hasn't even been 60 days since the 18-month penalty box timer started for companies like DraftKings and FanDuel, but they got around it. The other rules surrounding mobile sports betting still apply, though. The new DraftKings app only works when you are in Illinois, so those in Missouri that want to place bets have to cross the river to use the app. You also have to register for the app on casino property. Governor Pritzker suspended the in-person registration for about a month because of the pandemic, but his order expired a couple weeks ago. Representative Mike Zaleski crafted most of the Illinois sports betting law, and he thought the governor's order was fair.
best it possibly could be. I thought the executive order made sense at the time because I thought that sending people out to bet on sports at a casino was ill-advised. But I also trust the governor's public health experts.
Reporting in East St. Louis, I'm Cole Hankey.
Eyewitness News, your home team. With Hannah Zettl, sports anchor Samantha Rivera, and meteorologist Kevin Doom.
An oil spill causes a state of environmental emergency off the coast of Mauritius. A Japanese-owned ship carrying nearly 4,000 tons of fuel runs aground, causing oil to spill out into the Indian Ocean. The thick black liquid marks a stark contrast to the crystal clear blue waters off the coast of the Indian Ocean island. The oil reportedly giving off an unpleasant smell which could be detected miles away from the site. Crews are already working to contain the leak while police open an inquiry into the incident to determine possible negligence. Debating has become one of the major issues of the fall campaign. President Trump says he wants more debates and sooner than currently scheduled, while some Biden supporters don't want their candidate to debate at all. Correspondent Rich Edson has the story.
The Trump campaign is requesting another presidential debate and wants it scheduled in less than a month.
We have to have a debate before the voting starts.
In a letter to the Commission on Presidential Debates, calling its schedule an outdated dinosaur, Giuliani argues about 8 million Americans will have a chance at early voting by the first presidential debate September 29th. The Commission has now responded, contending that 4 years ago, with a similar debate schedule, quote, only 0.0069 of the electorate had voted at the time of the first debate. While more people will likely vote by mail in 2020, the debate schedule has been and will be highly publicized. Any voter who wishes to watch one or more debates before voting will be well aware of that opportunity. A Biden campaign spokesperson says, quote, we have said all along, including in a letter to the commission in June, that Joe Biden will appear on the dates that the commission selected and in the locations they chose. Donald Trump has not. A Trump campaign spokesperson contends the president has committed to the scheduled debates. The first presidential debate is otherwise scheduled for September 29th in Cleveland, with a second in Miami on October 15th and a final debate a week later on October 22nd in Nashville. The vice presidential candidates are scheduled to debate October 7th in Salt Lake City. The Trump campaign has been floating additional debates, accusing the former vice president of trying to avoid them. Biden says he wants to debate.
I'm so forward looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates.
The current debate format has held since 2000, 3 presidential debates and 1 for the vice presidential candidates. The Debate Commission says it would consider adding another debate only if both candidates agreed.
Now your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Doom.
It was a hot but beautiful day here in the State Line. Let's have a live look over the Poplar Grove Airport using a Merciel SkyTrack, where it is definitely warm out there, but we're seeing lots of blue sky, lots of sunshine for our Saturday. Temperatures did make it into the lower 90s in several spots here, but now things have cooled off just a little bit into the middle to upper 80s across most of the State Line. Right now, we're at 87 degrees in Rockford, 82 in DeKalb, 83 in Rochelle, 88 for current temperature up in Janesville, but we're seeing dew point temperatures in the upper 60s to even lower 70s. That is a lot of moisture to have down here near the surface. That's driving up our humidity and, of course, our heat index as well. Temperatures feeling as though they're in the lower 90s in several spots, including here in Rockford. Feels as though we're 91 degrees, 93 for current heat index out in Savannah. We haven't seen any rain today. All that sunshine really helped heat us up. However, if we zoom out a little bit, we can see we do have a very strong cold front situated up to our northwest that will eventually push eastward, making its way across the state line. That's going to give us some good rain chances over the next couple of days, especially as we head on into Monday. So looking ahead with our future cast, things should remain mostly dry through the remainder of the night here, through the overnight hours of tonight and into tomorrow morning. We'll see a little bit of added cloud cover by tomorrow morning, and then by tomorrow afternoon we could start seeing a few isolated showers here and there, just very light showers, very isolated showers throughout most of the afternoon and evening. We're going to hang on to that chance. Much of the state line will likely not even see any rain for tomorrow, and we're going to hang on to this isolated rain chance through the night and into Monday morning as well. But by Monday afternoon, that's when that cold front is actually forecast across the state line, and that is when we will likely see some widespread rainfall and likely some embedded thunderstorms as well through Monday afternoon and even into Monday evening, before finally we just start to see some isolated showers breaking off from the back end of this system for the latter part of Monday evening. But this is some really good news, because we really need the rainfall, because after the first week of August, we still haven't seen any measurable precipitation here in the Forest City. This is only the 4th time that this has happened, that we've gone the first week of August without seeing any measurable rain. Last times it occurred was 1964, 1970, and back in 2015, just 5 years ago. And we actually haven't seen any measurable precipitation here in Rockford since July 29th. Now, August is typically our second wettest month of the year, behind only June. And this cold front is going to help us out in more ways than one. So the heat is going to stick around with us for both tomorrow and Monday. We're looking at highs nearing 90 degrees in the lower 90s. Dew point temperatures remaining high as well in the lower 70s. That means heat index values could be in the upper 90s, possibly even hitting triple digits, especially on Monday. However, as this cold front pushes through for the latter part of Monday, it is going to really cool things off come Tuesday. Temperatures dropping into the mid-80s, and our dew points really dropping as well into the lower 60s, so our heat index is not going to be much of an issue as we head on into Tuesday. Temperatures tonight can remain fairly mild, only dropping into the lower 70s for a low. Conditions should remain dry through the night tonight, through most of tomorrow as well. Just an isolated chance for a few showers here and there. Temperatures likely reaching near 90 degrees, especially here in Rockford, maybe just a little bit cooler in areas immediately outside of Rockford. And although we're going to get a little bit of a cool down come Tuesday, temperatures still going to feel very summer-like through the end of this upcoming week, staying in the middle to even upper 80s. Hannah?
Summer-like. I like the sound of that, Kevin. Thank you.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
Here's another blow for sports in the state line and in the Midwest for 2020. The Mid-American Conference has postponed football and all fall sports for 2020. The presidents from the 12-member schools all agreed it's the right thing to do, but that didn't make it any easier for MAC Commissioner John Steinbrecher to deliver the news today.
This is simply a miserable decision. It is a decision that affects roughly 2,500 student athletes who live for the moment to compete. I am heartbroken we are in this place.
Well, there's a chance football could be played next spring. The NIU Huskies just opened up training camp yesterday. They'll still be able to practice and work out this fall if they follow health and safety protocols. But losing football for now puts more strain on NIU's athletic budget. Stowe Athletic Director Sean T. Frazier and head football coach Thomas Hammock agree with the decision to hold off on sports for this fall.
We've made this decision with heavy heart. We understand the ramifications of this. We also understand that the bottom line is keeping people safe.
Everybody is following the same protocols and trying to keep their athletes as safe as possible. But when you start talking about traveling and different things that's involved, I think the MAC made the right decision for the student athletes.
The Mid-American Conference is the first FBS conference in the nation to call off football entirely for this fall. Well, are you a believer in the Blackhawks again? They were impressive in eliminating the Oilers in their playoff qualifier series, and they didn't even need the full 5 games to get the job done. They wrapped it up last night with a 3-2 win in Game 4. 9 different Blackhawks scored goals in the 4-game series, and Jonathan Toews seemed to turn back the clock. He had 4 goals and 3 assists in the series. The captain says it feels good to finally win a postseason series, the Blackhawks' first since 2015.
I think our leadership was there, but like I said before, we got a ton of guys that stepped up in this series, and you know, the feeling is we're going to keep getting better as we go along.
Next up for the Blackhawks will be the Vegas Golden Knights. They edged the Avalanche today 4-3 in overtime to win that series. The White Sox Achilles heel this short baseball season is their starting rotation. There's not a lot behind Lucas Giolito and Dallas Keuchel. That lack of depth showed today against the Indians. Matt Foster made a spot start and could only go 2 innings. Then the Sox turned it over to Drew Anderson, and he got hammered. In the 4th inning, Franmil Reyes, a power guy, shows that power. He takes Anderson deep with a man on. The Indians led 4-0. 2 batters later, a new batter, Jordan Luplow, and the same result, a 2-run blast. That pushed the lead to 6-0. The Indians scored 6 times in that inning, and the Indians rolled to a 7-1 win. Tomorrow, the Sox will have to face Indians ace Shane Bieber. Well, in local golf, it's Ron Reese and Brian Silvers tied for the lead in the Seth B. Atwood Crosstown Classic. Both shot a 69 today at the Ledges. Matt LaMarca, Garrett Rolston, and Adam Tobias are 2 strokes back, each shooting 71. Ella Greenberg leads the ladies by 3 strokes after shooting a 74. Brooke Bunches checked in with a 77. Kayla Seilin, Hee-Chong Doffelmeyer, and Eva Greenberg round out the top 5. The second and final round will be played tomorrow at Atwood.
It's a very warm day today. Temperatures reaching the upper 80s, even lower 90s in a few spots across the state line. They're going to remain fairly mild here as we head on through the night, only dropping into the lower 70s for a low. Conditions should remain dry, which means no rain through the rest of the night. Just some partly cloudy skies overhead. We're going to hang on to the partly cloudy skies heading into Sunday tomorrow, but this time we could see a few isolated showers here and there throughout the day. Temperatures reaching the lower 90s and upper 80s in areas immediately outside of Rockford. However, the high humidity is going to stick with us, meaning we could see heat indices in the middle to even upper 90s. The heat's going to stick with us for one more day on Monday before a cold front pushes through midday Monday, bringing us a good chance for some showers and thunderstorms, cooling us off to the mid-80s for Tuesday, middle to upper 80s, then sticking around with us through the rest of the week. Hannah?
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for joining us tonight. Be sure to wash your hands. We'll see you back here at 10.